If I search for curly hair and your post has nothing to do with curly hair, I am now mad at you. Welcome to Can He, brought to you by Liger Partners. We are marketing and operations experts, bred for our skills and magic. I'm your co-host, Whitney Mendoza.
And I'm your co-host, Eric Holtzcott. I'm the dojo master for Liger Partners.
I got nunchuck skills in social media.
You also know how to do intro and outros on the show.
It's all right. You're about to put me to the test. So let's see how I answer these social media questions.
So this week I thought that we would talk about one of the biggest things that we do for customers that they're always confused about, that they bring us as a thing, which is social media. And it's sort of cray-cray. Can I say that? I can.
You can.
Okay.
That's allowed on iTunes.
All right. That people are still a little confused. And I get it. Because I was with somebody yesterday and they were trying to figure out their social media. And she's like, I really like Twitter. I don't like Facebook so much. And now I hear I have to do Instagram. And is there still a thing called Snapchat? And
do you want to know what I discovered the other day? I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always talk about
that we should be using MySpace.
It does have to do with MySpace. So we always talk about, like, yes, having social media, and I know we're going to get into this, but also having things like on your site, right? Using social media to drive to your site, because one day one of those accounts may disappear, like MySpace. Did you know MySpace does still exist? You know how you access it?
No.
Through your Facebook profile.
Oh, you're kidding.
You have to log in through your Facebook profile.
Oh, wow.
To
they
get
were
into
like
MySpace.
Sort of acquired.
I guess so. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and so you just made a really important point. Something that we talk about with content is if you are doing social media shares and you're sharing to someone else's site, you should stop doing that.
Don't do that. You're paying to send clicks to someone else.
But that doesn't mean don't share other people's stuff.
Are we going to tell them about Best of Web? Bose?
Well, Eric's Best of, I call it Best of Web.
B-O-W?
Yeah, it's our kind of internal language. Yeah, Best of Web. What's the Best of Web?
Is that allowed on iTunes? Best of Web?
I don't know. Yeah.
But it's where we take a piece of content and you can be for it or against it, but you write, 250 words?
Ish.
About that topic and put it on your site. And then you can link to that other article if you're state your opinion and then find out for yourself, want to read more, ding, and then there's the link.
Yeah, and what's great about that is that if there's something on your site about that topic, you have the ability to link them over to that content. They've made a
backlinks.
They've made a pass through, so it's a great way to pull people through instead of just giving people free, like giving them free social. It doesn't make any sense. So that's a bonus. That was a tip. Didn't expect that one for the show.
Well, there you go.
So
free.
Right. What I really wanted to talk about, because I really want to understand it.
All right.
I'm a Twitter guy. Still am. Don't care. 140 words, 280.
You do have 32,000 followers.
Yeah. So I like Twitter. I like the concept of it. I like the shortness and the brevity and all that. But everybody in the world's moving to Instagram. And so I try to pay attention to Instagram. And there's one thing in particular about Instagram that I don't understand.
Okay.
And it is something that I think didn't Twitter invent hashtags? I'm pretty sure.
That's what we're going to go with. That's the story we're going to go with.
I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, if somebody in the audience thinks it's somebody else, but because they were a way to group things together on Twitter and to, when you only had 140 characters, kind of minimize that type of thing. Mm-hmm. And so Instagram, though, is like hashtag insane. Because you'll see someone post a picture and then they like the very next post is a set of hashtags.
Like 30 hashtags, yeah.
Okay, so why not in the same post? Because is there a limit on Instagram as to how long?
Yes, you can do 30 hashtags.
Oh, okay. You can do 30 hashtags, but do you have a length to like how long the words can be?
There is, but I don't know the exact. It's kind of one of those things like Facebook decides you said too much and then they're like, you can't say anymore. They're like, that's really enough.
That's enough.
But I do know it's 30 hashtags.
Okay.
But there are two ways you can do it. Most people do it that way because they know that they need to include hashtags. It's really like Twitter, right? Like I've seen some
there's
weird...
a post and then hashtags.
Yes.
A second post.
Or have you seen where there's like the 3 little dots? There's like the caption, 3 little dots. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit cleaner. So either that's really the intention of that is either if you're putting the hashtags in a comment or you do the 3 little dots to separate what you're trying to say, because no one wants to see this kaboosh of, is that a word? Kaboosh of hashtag. I made it one.
I like it. It'll be in Webster's New Dictionary.
Done.
Yeah, right.
But all these hashtags, right? Which kind of makes it, I mean, it's same thing on Twitter, right? Like there are studies that show if you use more than 3 hashtags on Twitter, engagement goes down.
Oh, and that makes sense because I have a Twitter mentality.
Yes.
And so when I get into Instagram and I get to the 3rd hashtag, I'm like, I'm done.
You're done. Yes. But Instagram's a little bit different because you're also not really reading all those hashtags. It's a little bit more for the how to find you.
I know, but that's still, I'm still done. So like I put
do you read the hashtags?
No, but I'm still done. I don't know how many more I would put on the thing that I'm putting up.
Oh, you mean when you're writing a post?
Yes.
You do like 3 hashtags?
Yeah, I don't.
Which I think it's fine. I mean, now
No. It obviously is not. So I'm, we're on the bleeding edge of social media, and social media marketing.
Yeah.
And the social media posts in Instagram have this very, specific format that people are following. Like they're putting something up, then they're either doing and I didn't know that until we just discussed like why
the dots.
Why it was in a comment versus the other. So you're just trying to make it not so much that someone couldn't read it, right?
Right.
But the number, like picking all of those like 30 hashtags.
Yeah.
If you put up a picture of, how do you pick how many? What do you pick?
My guidance is remain relevant, right? Like I've seen some people, it's the best analogy I can give you is like email.
Yeah.
If you email me and I need what you're emailing to me, then I'm going to read it. But as we've talked about before, if you've got like a clothing company, right? They're notorious for emailing you every day about a sale, and you eventually just
every single day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or clickbait is another good example, right? Because you click on it and you're expecting to read something, and then once you go there and it's not what you thought it was going to be. Same thing with hashtags, right? Like if I wanted to find, I don't know why I glom onto my curly hair, because there's a nice curly hair community on Instagram.
Right.
If I search for curly hair and your post has nothing to do with curly hair, I am now mad at you.
Oh, wait, but so tell me. Okay, but there's relevance because someone's using the hashtag potentially to search.
Yes.
Okay, so they're going.
Or they'll use it in their post because they want people to find them. But like their post, do you see what I'm saying? Like their post doesn't have anything to do about the hashtags that they just added. But what they were trying to do with that hashtag is gain extra exposure.
Got it. So you may say something in the comments that have nothing to do with who's in the picture, but it's still
right, or even what's happening.
So so maybe an example, like it's rained a lot.
It has here in Georgia.
I am actually convinced at one point that the Ghostbusters storm was coming through. Have you ever seen the movie Ghostbusters? I know Isaac has not seen the show.
I have.
Yes, and the Marshmallow Man?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to show up at any minute.
Probably.
Marshmallow Man.
I think I hear knocking.
That's probably him. I mean, the storms have been that severe.
Yeah.
So if you were to post something like your curly hair is probably more curly in the wet weather.
You could say that.
Okay, so you'd say like your comment might be curly hair don't care or something.
Yeah.
Okay. See how I did that?
That was fantastic.
Oh, wait, that doesn't even really work, does it? But then your hashtag might be rain in Atlanta. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's still relevant.
Still would only do 3 tags. I'd be like hashtag Atlanta, rain, hashtag need umbrella.
Yes. But you could also, depending on that post. Now, if I was talking about how I maintain my curly hair in the frizzy weather, I might do hashtag beauty.
Okay.
Because that's still relevant.
And if you said curly hair in the text at the top, would you do hashtag curly hair?
Yes.
Or you still would?
Yes.
Okay.
Hashtag curly hair, hashtag natural hair.
Got it.
Hashtag frizz free. But I wouldn't do hashtag like Beyonce. Just because I want people who like Beyonce to follow me. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I sort of understand.
Okay.
So it's allowing someone to find you around the topic of what you're saying, which means Instagram must search differently. Because like Twitter, I guess Twitter does searches on hashtags also.
Yeah,
so it could
yeah,
be
you
that.
can.
All right. And so just from a platform perspective, though, are you seeing that, is there's this movement, and is there something else we should be considering at this point? Because it feels like I feel like we've kind of dulled out. Like we've got like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the 4 TV networks.
Yes.
And there's no HGTV yet.
Yes. I still maintain that you need to be on at least 3 of those.
Okay.
And pick the one that works best for your business. Now,
Right.
that also means the content across the board is probably going to be a little bit different, right? Like that's where I see a lot of people struggling on Instagram because they know that that's the newest, hottest thing and that they need to be on there, but they're trying to put what they would put on LinkedIn on Instagram, and it's not going to work.
Well, and what's interesting to me about the social media channels is there really is a different mental model for each. So I think there are people who think like Twitter and people who think like Facebook, and there are people who think like Instagram. But there's also this like, where no one's on Facebook any longer. They're moving to Instagram, or nobody's moving, everybody's off Twitter. And which I don't know that's true, because you still see news coming from Twitter all the time, and Instagram is influencing stuff. And, Facebook still has their audience and is making a bunch of money. And, are there others? LinkedIn from a business perspective. So it'll be interesting to see how that lays out, because I have a Twitter mindset. Even when I go to Facebook, I want to post a Twitter-like message, or Instagram, a Twitter-like message. And I'm curious how much it's like, just how much that person likes to share content, if they're visual versus words,
Yeah. Well, and there's 2 things there. Because when I hear you say to Twitter mindset, I'm also thinking about the length of the post.
Yeah, right.
And just as we've done before, where links were a big thing, and now video used to be, it was long form content, right? And then we went short with Twitter, and now long form is coming back again. But you also, so you have to think about that in the terms of, you can say a little bit more on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, but you also have to think about the other applications on each of those platforms. So like Facebook ads right now, still very, very cheap. A lot of people do a lot of business for cheapo.
That will not be that way forever.
Exactly. It will go up. I mean, right now you could put $100 behind a video and get at least 1,000 views, probably more, depending on making sure that you're hitting up the right people. LinkedIn, we've heard there's kind of been this resurgence of post articles, right? Because it's SEO friendly and drive people back to your site. So those are the things. And now also because Facebook, once you do an ad on Facebook, obviously that goes to Instagram as well. So you're still getting those Instagram
reach
folks. Yeah. Yes. So you also have to think about that in terms of when you're using the different platforms.
Oh, I think you're saying to use some strategery.
Yes.
Which is why you might need a Liger. You
do need a Liger. You do.
Okay. I feel a little smarter.
Better?
A little smarter.
I'm going to help you on those Instagram. I'm going to help you a little bit overall on Instagram.
Yeah, appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I'm going to think about that.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? I feel it. Did you feel that? That was good, wasn't it?
That was
Anticipation.
Much better than mine, yeah.
You're welcome.
Ready to unleash the beast?
It's okay. Maybe you need help with Instagram, or you're like, I have no clue what you just said when you said ads and boosting and all that good stuff.
Hashtag.
Yes. Dots, all this kind of stuff. Go to ligerpartners.com and just drop us a message, and we got what you need. Got you covered.
Yeah. And tune in next time for Canned Heat, brought to you by Liger Partners.